How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to talk to you today about a plant-based company I've heard referred to as the Amazon of plants. Now, this one's a penny stock. It's really interesting because it's been expanding very quickly. So from November to December, they increased revenue 60%. And they've been acquiring other businesses to expand further and further. Now, I call it the Amazon of the plant-based industry because they have dog food that's plant-based. They have human food that's plant-based. They have delivered plants. They acquired a company that delivers plants to you with over 55,000 plants already delivered. They have meal plans. They have recipes. They have a bunch of other things that they're going to get into soon, like infused tequila and some other lines of business too that we'll hit on. They have a good current ratio. And this is a company that, like I said, is growing very quickly and is at a pretty small market cap. So before we get started, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate that. Please hit subscribe too, and let's get into it. Now, I will say right off the bat, this is a sponsored video. I know there's been some back and forth over the last couple weeks about sponsored videos, but I've not been told what to say. I've not been told how to say it. I've not been told to be extremely bullish or anything like that. All I'm going to do is show you the news, show you the information that I found on this company. Now, I don't hold a position, so do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. There are disclosures all around if you want to check them out. But the company that we're looking at today is plantx Life Inc. You can see it on the OTC markets as PLTXF. On the Canadian markets, you can see it under VEGA. This company is in the very quickly growing plant-based food market sector. This sector is going to be worth $74.2 billion by 2027, at least that's the estimate, and they're growing at about 12% a year. Now, this is really taken off recently. I think with the pandemic, this company will benefit greatly because they have some lines of business that are extremely quickly growing because of the pandemic, between the plants for people's homes and the food for people's pets, because everyone's at home with their pets during the pandemic, and a lot of people I know personally have been getting more pets, been buying pets, just been around their pets a lot more than they used to. They grew revenues dramatically over in December. In December, they had a revenue of about 1.03 million, which is a 60% increase over November, which was just 640,000. They are trying to get into other products too. They have a lineup that is meal delivery, snack products, pet foods, restaurant locator, recipes, plant-based essentials like chocolate. They're already in Canada. They already have US operations at a brick and mortar, and they already agreed to 25 million minimum of plantx products in the first year, and they get a 6% royalty. They have that at their San Diego flagship store. They did an £8 million acquisition of Bloombox in the UK, which is millions of dollars in revenue. This is the plant company, the plant delivery company. So just a little idea of the timeline here. On October 1st, they announced the addition of juices to their e-commerce platform. On October 8th, just a week later, they announced that they were joining the pet food industry. On November 6th, they announced the acquisition of Bloombox. On November 10th, they announced a partnership with Houseplant Shop to launch a new U.S. indoor plant store on plantx.com. And this is a good point to bring up about their brick and mortar location. They're using this as kind of like what Apple does, where they don't need it, but it gives them a place to interact with customers and build some brand loyalty. So this is their investor presentation. The founder, Sean Dollinger, was an entrepreneur at age 17, started a delivery company that quickly grew into the largest of its type in Canada. Julia Frank is the CEO, and she has an MBA and master's degree and has worked at BMW and Daimler in Germany. They have a board of directors, an advisory team, a medical advisory team. They have a big team there, and they have, this says 5,000, but they have over 10,000 plant-based products already. Now, they have plant-based meal delivery. Meal delivery in general has been huge this year because people can't go out to restaurants. They have in-home plant delivery, which is that company that they acquired. In the last 3 years, houseplant sales in the U.S. have increased 50% to $1.7 billion. They acquired this company, Bloombox, to gain access to Europe. So they're in Canada, U.S., Europe. They have a restaurant directory. They have a forum. They have restaurant partnerships now. So they also have their brick and mortar where the location has agreed to purchase at least $25 million worth of their products over 1 year. These are the products on the horizon: online yoga and fitness, international distribution into Europe, plantx fruit-infused tequila. And they're not stopping their growth here. They're trying to expand to many more markets. And I'll just show you what the founder says here.
Yeah, and that's really what our whole platform is based around. It's around eventually having over 100,000 products by the end of next year, from plants to refrigerated items, to frozen, to fresh meal delivery, to just items that are non-perishable, as well as our own private label, Steve. I always say it's really hard to compete on that brand level, but if I asked you to name me 3 different types of almond flour brands, I think you'd start having a bit of a difficult time, or 3 brands of cashews.
Yeah.
So that's where we'll be playing off of our private label, where people are more driven by price and quality than an actual brand. But besides that, our whole platform is based around bringing all these new and exciting companies into one space.
So they are growing pretty quickly. Like I said, they have a large increase in revenue. They also have a pretty good current ratio. So if you take a look here, cash of about $2 million. This is as of the last quarter. Accounts payable and accrued liabilities, they only have about $700,000. So a pretty good current ratio, just below 3. Of course, do all your own research with this. Make sure that you take a look into the company. But again, the ticker symbol is VEGA if you're in Canada, and the ticker is PLTXF if you're in the US. It's on the OTC market. Generally, you can buy these if you do want to buy them. The OTC market is available on certain apps like Fidelity. That's how I always invest in the OTC markets. But of course, like I said, this is a sponsored video. Do your own research. So just a little wrap up here. We have plantx, which is in a growing industry. The plant-based food industry in general was $5 billion in 2019. They're saying in the next 8 years, they're expecting it to go from $5 billion up to $76 billion or so. And that's going to be a 12% compounded annual growth rate. plantx is also expanding from what they're doing now, which is a lot already. Forums, food locators, recipes, different plant-based products, as in plant-based food for pets, plant-based food for humans, also plant delivery. And they're expanding even more into more industries. So they are going from what was 5,000 products last year, now it's 10,000 products, to hopefully over 100,000 different products, and bring it in a one-stop shop. They have brick and mortars that they're setting up. They're acquiring other businesses. Definitely an interesting company though, and it's interesting how they're collaborating and bringing all this on one platform. I have not seen that in another product. I'm not saying that's not out there, but I have not seen it. I mean, when I think about the companies that I've looked at before, they're really just plant-based food, and they distribute to different grocery stores and stuff like that, or even different restaurants, but they are not a one-stop shop online to get all these different items. But let me know your thoughts down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't mind hitting the like button, I appreciate that. If you guys want to see my video that I did just yesterday, definitely check out this video here. Bye.